You don't like these things? Come on, guy.
Come on, buddy.
Jeez, these things. They suck.
Told you these are a pain in the butt. What's up, Lite Brite Nation?
What's up, Lite Brite Nation?
So today we got LJ in here. No, I don't take her wheeling that much, but she is old and she needs lots of love. And today she's gonna get some of that. So
before it started snowing, I happened to notice that. I don't know if you can see that, but
we're missing pieces.
Yeah, she's missing a piece. She's missing the cap on that. And it's been gone for a while. We didn't even notice. It's already chewed a hole in that output shaft, so we're gonna have to replace that too. So we have new U-joints and output shafts for both sides, and that's what we're gonna change today.
Do you care to tell them like what would happen if like this was to be neglected and...
So that it could definitely like catch, and then it would shatter, and then it would make all kinds of noise, and then you'd need a whole new axle.
Yeah.
Luckily it's on that stub shaft, so we can just replace the stub shaft this time. And it wasn't like on the axle side. So make sure you watch on those things every once in a while. And
well, also like
them out.
most things Jeep, you always feel vibration.
Oh yeah.
Something's always going on. So
yeah.
I noticed there was a different feeling under the Jeep and
it progressively got worse.
It's like quick, actually.
Yeah.
Like super quick.
It's vibrating. I was like, pull over.
Yeah.
So that's when we saw that there's a cap missing. Yes. So we ordered parts. We're gonna change those out today.
It's gonna be fun.
Let's get it in the air. All right, we got the wheels off. We gotta pull this cotter pin. We gotta pull this nut out of here. We have to pull the caliper off. Then we have to take the hub out, the hub bearing. So it's these three guys. We should be able to get the hub out, and then we can pull the axle and separate the stub from the axle. Let's go ahead and get this off, and the brakes. You don't like these things?
They can be a pain sometimes.
Sometimes.
Just gotta get them close together.
You bend that down a little bit more.
This here?
Yeah, bend that straighter. They suck. Come on, guy.
Come on, buddy. Told you these are a pain in the butt.
Jeez, these things.
Came out some.
Don't ever put these back in. I'm just kidding. Always put these back in. But man, they're a pain in the butt. Next, we gotta get that big old axle nut off of there. Hugga-duggas comes right off. Ta-da! Now we gotta pull the calipers. A little sticky. Pry right here. There it goes. I'll hold the brake. You yank that guy off of there. There she goes. God. You just want to hang the caliper. Now you don't put any tension on that brake line because that sucks. We're almost there. Now I just got to take the unit bearing off, which is these, I believe they're 12.13s or a 12.5 will work on these. You got to take these three guys off and then pull that unit bearing out. And then we should be left with a stub shaft. Yeah. So now we'll get a brass hammer and we'll just try to tap that in while we pull this out. See if it'll separate. You want to push this guy. You want to push that through.
Okay.
That's why we're using a brass one so we don't smash. It doesn't really matter because we're going to replace that thing anyway. Oh,
something?
I think it's moving. It's going to come popping out. Awesome. Oh, wait. Oh. Oh, it just came off.
No way, really?
It's in my head. Yeah,
I was gonna get the little chisel guy.
Boom. Now we're left with the stub shaft. So now we can pull this whole axle out, and then we can work on getting this U-joint out of this, off this axle. But yes, that came apart. One side is a quarter of the way done. All right, so Beck's almost got the other side off. She's got to do the unit bearings now. But let me show you. This is what happens. It's even spit the bearings out of that other cap. In bad shape, but luckily nothing is wrong with the axle side, so we can get these caps off and pop in brand new Spicer U-joints. I went ahead and got Spicer stub shafts, so we have brand new Spicer ones. We didn't cheap out on that at all, or the U-joints, and I picked up some brand new seals for it. So these are just factory seals. And I pick up some brand new hub bearings here in a little bit, because as long as they're off, I might as well replace them. They're a little gritty, so I didn't like them, so I ordered some new ones. So we'll get 2 new ones in there today too, and get this front end back together. Gotta get the C-clips off the back of the cups. And sometimes you gotta use a little bit of...
3 hours later. Just kidding. But like,
we got that cap out.
Look at how rusty, nasty.
Yeah,
that took a lot of finessing.
So now we'll try to get these other 2 out. Jeez, that one's out. Well, how come that one was so easy? FYI, if you didn't know, we have like a foot of snow right now.
Ta-da. Shoo!
All right.
Yummy.
That's some pretty thick stuff. That's military grade coffee right there. Now that Beck got the axle shafts cleaned up and painted, and she painted the dust shields, well, the brake shields, brake stackers, brake thing. We got the front end torn apart because we're gonna replace the seals in here, the axle shaft seals. And as long as we're this far, we're also going to put in
My Christmas present!
yes, the correct link from Rock Jock that I got Beck for Christmas because I didn't like her steering because she needed all new ball joints anyway. So this was my Christmas present to her.
Thank you, Santa.
So we're gonna get that put in today. So she's gonna get this knocked out, and we're gonna yank the diff out of here so we're gonna put new axle seals in. That's probably the hardest part of this whole operation. We're gonna do it anyway, because you're only gonna do it once. And then Beck here, she's gonna yank off all the steering so we can get that installed. And that's what we're gonna do next. Yes. Oh, I forgot about that guy. Hey! Trash. Look at that. Whoa, he's gonna come right out. All right. Oh, fair play. There it goes. Yay!
Snake!
Okay, quick lesson. Gotta pull the cap off. You put a little bit of extra grease in there just so that the bearings don't move around. Opposite sides. And then you install them into the new joint. Put one cap back on, making sure that you don't lose any of the bearings inside of there. Okay, there's one. Now, stack that guy on. Get that cap started in the hole. Push that other cap through. Now that cap's ready to get a C-clip on it. Before you do that though, push the other one. Make sure you got the cap in there. Until you got room for the C-clip. Let me get one clip installed here. Yep, bottom clip's in. And then, I don't know if this one's pushed far enough. Oh, yep, sure is. There you go. 2 clips installed. So half the U-joint's done. Now we just got to put the axle side on this side. Now that we have the diff out, we're going to replace these 2 axle seals. Because I'm already this far, it's 4 bolts. We'll pop these seals out, All you need is a good sized bar. Tap them out. We'll replace that one. And do the same on the other side. Yeah, there she goes. Voila. Yeah, she's been leaking. That's good. Put 2 brand new seals in there.
Good call.
Why do it twice? Spend the time doing it right the first time. Just do it all. All right, so we're gonna start with the opposite side of the long tube. I have a bearing installer, or a seal installer. We're gonna start on this side because I can get a bar through here on this side and tap this one in. When I go the other way, I have to use a smaller bar to get to this side. It's just easier to use a smaller bar on the small side. Start with the short tube first. This is where it's gonna take 2 hands. Ta-da! Seal installed. Now I gotta use short tube to go through that seal to do the other side. So you can't use an 1.5 bar.
One done.
All right, so we got the seals in and Beck got the locker back installed and she's torquing down these caps to 60 foot-pounds for a Dana. And then after this, we're gonna go finish putting the axles together so we can get this front end back together. So we can do the steering. All right, so we got the diff cover back on and Beck got it all filled up with 80/90. We got the axles completed and then the whole setup put back on, reinstalled. Ta-da! All we got left now is the new steering. The new correct link from RockJock. I'm so excited to put this in. It's gonna make the steering so much better. So the first bar is the steering link. Oh, down, go up from the bottom. This one goes up from here. Da 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 da. And then this one goes in here. Oh! Okay, hold it. Play nicely. He's no play nice. Push up as hard as you can. All right, got it. That was a bit of a pain in the butt. Stiff. We didn't want to go straight. She's in there now. Now I gotta get the second bar in here. Up from the bottom again over here. Oh. Put the nut on. Okay, the nut is on. Now I just take this nut back off. Of course. Okay. And that one goes in from the back side. Dun, 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 dun.
Okay.
And this one goes back in. Sometimes it's really hard to do one-handed with the camera in one hand, but I did get it. It's in. There it is. The whole correct link. That thing is beefy. So much bigger than the stock one. So excited. Now we just gotta tighten it all up. I'll put some wheels on it, put it on the ground, and we'll give it an alignment. Super stoked right now. Look how happy. She's gonna go wheeling.
Going wheeling this weekend.
Oh yeah, can't wait. Been a minute. Got all that fresh snow on the ground. Oh, snow outside. Oh, can't wait. I just wish Phoebes was up, but she's not. Still waiting for a drive shaft. Hopefully the snow's not melted by the time I get it. I wanna go play in the snow. So put some wheels on this thing in the morning and give it an alignment. And then we'll go
Wheeling.
Wheeling. All right, it's the next morning. We're gonna put the wheels on this and get the steering all set up. One thing we did add that I told you we were gonna add in a long time ago video, probably a couple of months ago.
Yep.
We got the thermal bypass valve put in. So now the transmission will come up to temperature much quicker. So when you start it up, fluid just travels through the bypass and back to the transmission until this thermostat opens up at about 160, and then it'll let the cooler take over. You don't run around town with a cold fluid going through the transmission. And then while we were under here, we also saw that she had the top bushings on the factory links were bad. We popped these rock crawler links in here. I have to finish setting those up when it's on the ground, so that's why they're not 100% in yet. We gotta get it on the ground and lined up before we tighten those up. So let's get this thing on the ground. All right, another quick lesson in alignments. First thing you're gonna do is get it on the ground. Make sure the Jeep is settled and everything is where it needs to be. Adjust the tie rod so that you're about this far towed out. It just helps with keeping stress off of all the joints. I know everybody says to toe in. Trust me, toe out, it rides so much better. Once you have it towed out, you want to drive it until it drives straight. So if the steering wheel is off, that's fine. And then you'll turn this big guy until the steering wheel comes back into straight. Now, when I put this together, this guy was actually pretty dead on. I didn't even have to adjust this. We're about a 16th toe out. Awesome. I had to turn this guy back about a turn, not even a whole turn, to put the steering wheel straight. We're gonna lock it down and go test drive it. So a successful test drive in the LJ.
Successful.
Suspension works great, 4-wheel drive works great, no vibrations on the freeway, and as you can see, 4-wheel drive works.
Yes, and the best part, the steering is amazing.
She
Before
loves the
it was
steering.
like jerk, 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 jerk. And now you hit a rock and it's just...
It's stable, it's
It
great.
is, it's very nice. If you know, you know, like what a pain in the butt that is.
If you know, you know, you need the Rock Jock Correct Link
Yes.
from Curry.
Yep.
You gotta get that. No, this isn't a shameless plug either. That was her Christmas present.
Thank you.
I'm glad we did it. She's glad we did it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the end of this video. Make sure to like and subscribe and share. You gotta share it with all your friends because this is a great video and this is what we do.
Yes. And don't forget to get your Lite Brite merch, stickers, and decals at
LiteBriteStudios.com. All right, guys. We'll see you later. Till the next episode. Bye. Mwah. Look at that view, though. Jesus. To have that view every day.
It smells so musty up here.
The mud bricks and the mud in the bricks holding them together. Wonder what this.
So apparently this was built first and then this whole back half was
added
added
on.
on, yeah.
It's like a little clubhouse. Like you got a duck to get through the doors. Oh.
This is Kevin size.